Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Now, if you've played Rocket League before, which I'm sure most of you have, you probably know that there is a massive skill gap between the best players and those who are new to the game. In this video, I decided to see just how big of a skill gap there is between Platinum players and a low grand champion. I gathered 4 Platinum players from my Discord, links in the description, and played them in 4 different matches. 1v1, a 2v1, a 3v1, and finally a 4v1. The goal was to see just how many Platinums it would take to beat me. Oh, and before we get into the video, please consider subscribing. I work hard on these videos, and it helps me out a ton as a small content creator. So, the first match we played was a 1v1. Now, as you may know from my past videos, I'm not the best ones player, but I was confident I could win fairly easily. However, I was in for a bit of a scare with this matchup. Early in the game, this happened. As we continued playing the game, I decided that I should just become the worst player in the world as I hit the post not just once, but twice. Moving on from that embarrassing accident, we'll call it, I finally managed to score my very first goal.
Sets up the drill coming down the middle. Oh, we placed it.
Lucky for me, after my first goal, I started playing like my rank and managed to score a couple more goals. But my Platinum opponent wouldn't go away. He kept scoring and was playing very well. Lucky for me, I managed to prevent him from scoring and gained a pretty sizable lead with this goal.
Why are we still here?
Later on in the game, I was able to seal the deal and win through this fake.
Miley with the 0. Oh, it's a fake?
Big fake.
Can he capitalize?
With me winning game 1, we moved on to game 2. We added 1 Platinum player to the other team and got right into it. Game 2 started out pretty well for me. Within the first minute, I scored my first goal from my side of the field, putting myself in good position to take control of the game. But just a few seconds later, one of the Plats scored a nice aerial goal over my head, tying the game up 1-1.
Oh.
I'm clipping that just because it was against you.
Looking to retake the lead off of kickoff, I hit the goalpost. Again, I'm terrible. Then they counterattacked and scored again. But I wasn't out of it yet. I got a nice dribble play for another goal, making it 2-2.
Ooh.
Yeah.
At this point, accusations were being thrown at me by my opponents.
It's so clear that you're hacking. Like,
It's clear that I'm hacking. Once it was 4-2, I felt pressure to score another goal. If I could get one more, I believed I had a very good chance of winning. Here I got a nice double tap that was definitely all skill and no luck at all.
Oh my gosh. Bruh.
That was nice. That was kind of nice. Pretty happy with that one. Then they started to figure out that demoing me was a good idea. I managed to recover from their demo attempts, and got a save, and then a clear. But then they managed to land a demo on me. It went downhill from there.
Hi, how are you?
Now being 5-5, I was worried about losing the match. They had adapted their tactics, becoming more aggressive towards demoing me and hitting the ball. Maybe a little too aggressive. After this incident, I managed to score a pretty easy goal. Then, later on, I put one more goal in for good measure, ending the game 8-5. And this puts us at game 3, a 3v1. Here, I believe that I would most likely lose, as the Platinums had already begun adapting to my playstyle, and now there were 3 of them. Going into this game, I gotta say, I was pretty nervous. The Plats have been demoing me a lot. Thankfully, I scored my first goal pretty quickly off of the kickoff.
Meow. Meow.
The Plats were very determined to demo me multiple times this game, as now there was 3 of them. Luckily, I'm pretty good at dodging, but eventually the Plats managed to wear me down enough and got their first goal. With the Plats still trying to demo me, I managed to fend off their attack and score my second goal, a long shot taken when they were out of rotation. To their credit, the Platinums made quite a few good attempts on the goal. Here they went for a bump play, but unfortunately were unable to get the ball into the net on time. Throughout the entire game, I had a ton of saves. They were consistently putting shots on the net, and while I was able to defend most of their attacks, eventually they came through with this really nice shot in the upper right corner. Now that the game was tied 2-2, I was getting a little bit worried. I got very close to scoring almost a repetition of the goal I got earlier. Unfortunately, it was just slightly to the right. And then they managed to get it clear, and that play was over. Later in the game, the Platinums got a little bit more confident. They could see victory within their grasp. Unfortunately for them, they absolutely boomered this one over the net. And then they had a pretty good shot on goal. Luckily, I saved it, and then managed to turn it around and turn it into a goal. This is a little bit of an annoying goal. It was very close to being good, and then I just had the worst finishing shot ever. Now, being up by 1 goal, I held a small lead on the Platinums. I was just praying that I got a good kickoff. Thankfully, I got a small break on the kickoff, and was then able to use my speed to get around the Platinum defender and score a really nice goal. Up 4-2, I was pretty confident I could keep my lead. I was having to avoid demos from the Platinum still, and they were still playing their hardest, making some great plays on the ball. With under a minute left, the Platinums were getting into desperation mode. They were playing some really good defense, and were starting to push me down the field. They had nothing to lose. At the time, I thought there was no way I could lose. The clock was ticking down, and I had possession of the ball on my half. They would have to score 2 goals to win. They had only managed to do that in the last 4 minutes of gameplay. But they continued making really good plays on the ball, and with just under 30 seconds left, they scored their 3rd goal.
Why don't 2 of you go for the demo and then 1 of you just...
Hey, Aiden, be quiet. Don't give him any ideas. While they may not have listened to Aiden's advice, they certainly stepped up in one way. The Plats managed to pull off the clutch and brought the game into overtime. Going into overtime, I was just praying that I didn't get a bad kickoff. Most of the time when I get scored on, especially in ones, it's simply because I lose the kickoff. Unfortunately, the Rocket League gods decided to hate me today, and they gave me the worst kickoff possible. Then I decided that I would once again turn into the worst player in the world and completely whiff the save. And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't roast me in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.